Goring Lake is the largest freshwater lake at the source of the Yellow River. Despite the fact that it lies over 4,200 meters above sea level, with temperatures below -15 degrees Celsius and thin air, a group is preparing to head toward the center of the lake. From every November to April, the surface waters at the source of the Yellow River freeze over. To obtain more accurate hydrological data, the Maduo Hydrological Survey Team conducts manual measurements each month.
就在这块测吧。
It takes about 40 minutes to break through the ice layer.
实测一下它的水位，还有它的流量、含沙量。我们根据它的水位的变幅啊，做一些研究，可以发现它鄂陵湖水位是呈现一个上涨的还是下降的趋势。好，2936，转。
There are currently over 7,000 hydrological monitoring sites across the Yellow River Basin, including the Maduo Hydrological Station. Data from various sites is eventually consolidated to support the study of the Yellow River's hydrological patterns. Under the watchful eyes of countless people along its banks, the Yellow River is welcoming in another spring. As tiny trickles flow from the source, they gather strength until, eventually, they unite to become a mighty river, wending and winding its way through valleys, grasslands, deserts and fertile plains, and the time-honored ages of the Chinese nation. Now, in this new era, a brand new chapter is gradually unfolding for this great and historic river. On September 18, 2019, a historic and transformative symposium on the Yellow River Basin was held in Zhengzhou, Henan Province. At this meeting, President Xi Jinping clearly stated that ecological protection and high-quality development of the Yellow River Basin must be elevated to a major national strategy. To implement this strategy, the Communist Party of China Central Committee launched a series of measures, including the establishment of the Yellow River National Cultural Park in 2020, to preserve and pass on the Yellow River culture and to promote this river as a vital symbol of Chinese civilization. From a natural river to a shared spiritual home for all of China's ethnic groups, the Yellow River and the ancient culture it nurtures are undergoing a vibrant revival as the Chinese nation advances toward lasting prosperity.
Today, 主要是编黄河图。现在我们已经选了600多种嘛。
Bai Hongye, head of the map team at the National Library of China, is leading her team in a comprehensive survey of ancient books and maps related to the Yellow River. The selected materials will be compiled into a volume.
然后我就想想，哎呀，这个黄河的威力也太大了。就从图上看，你看，这不带黄色都是黄河吗？一下就把这个城就给冲了。
The ancient map that shocked Bai Hongye depicts the Yellow River breaching its embankments and flooding Kaifeng during the late Qing dynasty. When the Yellow River is at peace, China is at peace. Since the legendary Yu the Great tamed its floods, Every Chinese dynasty has viewed the Yellow River management as vital to national stability, leaving behind numerous maps related to its control.
一个这么短的工程图里边反映了多少个这个工程的名词，有拖坝、盖坝、挑头坝，然后顺坝、头坝、二坝，在这个签里面写的这个坝要多长，用工用的这个土石是多少，这个红章上是官府验收的一个章。
These yellowed pages throw into sharp relief the hardships and wisdom of ancient water management. Unearthing the culture of Yellow River governance has also become one of the missions in building the Yellow River National Cultural Park.
我们得量下尺寸，这个图比较长。
Measuring dimensions, organizing the chronology and contents of the documents, the labor of love required to create this compilation lasted 3 years. In 2022, historical documents on the Yellow River from the collection of the National Library of China was officially published. The book comprises 583 documents covering topics such as river course changes, river disasters, hydraulic engineering techniques, and flood control projects. These records chronicle China's extensive efforts over millennia to understand and manage the Yellow River. The meandering Yellow River transports vast amounts of sediment along its thousands of kilometers. As such, the river behaves with a complexity that sets it apart from other world rivers. Compared with China's other great river, the Yangtze River, the Yellow River once carried an annual sediment load 3 times that of the Yangtze, despite having only 1/17 of its annual runoff. As the Yellow River enters the North China Plain in its lower reaches, its flow slows and water volume decreases, leading to massive sediment buildup in the riverbed. Over time, the riverbed rises above the surrounding ground, turning the river into a hanging river. The combination of scarce water and excessive sediment has historically made it prone to breaches and flooding during each flood season. Since the founding of the People's Republic of China, the CPC Central Committee has taken an integrated approach to the protection, management, and development of the Yellow River. Late Chinese leader Mao Zedong once made a heartfelt appeal: work on the Yellow River must be well done. Now, after more than 70 years of exploration and practice, this great river is showing signs of renewed vitality. It's May 2021. With the flood season approaching, a large-scale flood simulation is set to take place here. Researchers have miniaturized the lower reaches of the Yellow River into an 800-meter-long model to study sediment transport patterns and observe flood flow dynamics in the downstream channel. Based on field surveys and computer-analyzed data, the staff carefully shapes various sections of the riverbed. Years of rigorous testing revealed that fly ash can better mimic the sediment characteristics of the Yellow River under model conditions. Before the test, water is sprayed over the model to match the moisture content of the real terrain. A bicycle is the most efficient way to navigate the Yellow River model.
就这地方，对，那裂缝冲着都开了。
Zhang Enhui has studied the Yellow River sediment for nearly 40 years. She has witnessed the full development of the Yellow River model and deeply understands its importance.
你比如很多监测设备在南方一些河流、清水河流，他们观测的都特别好。但是呢，这种设备呢，放到我们黄河上，就是因为含沙量比较高，这样它很多参数就观测不出来。我们通过模型黄河能够观测到很多原型黄河难以观测到的一些规律、一些现象。
With the Yellow River model ready, it was time to open the sluice gates and release the water. During the experiment, the water volume was gradually increased. Staff recorded how the channel handled the flow under different discharge conditions and identified high-risk sections. After analysis, the results served as a reference for flood control planning. If the Yellow River model represents the river in a lab, there's another version that exists inside a computer. In the computer server room, vast amounts of data are stored covering hydrology, meteorology, hydraulic engineering, topography, and the environmental factors of the entire Yellow River Basin. This serves as a super database. After analyzing and processing the data, researchers build a digital Yellow River. This simulated river can model water and sediment flow in real time under various conditions, providing decision support for flood control strategies.
川区里，在这两岸大堤里面居住的这个人员该怎么样进行撤退？系统里面集成了这样的一个方案，就是在这个地方。
By integrating multiple high-tech approaches to digitally simulate the Yellow River, this systematic project is known as the Digital Twin Yellow River. Together with the model Yellow River and the actual river flowing across the land, they're collectively referred to as the three Yellow Rivers. Meanwhile, as the flood season approaches, a major initiative to address the sediment challenges of the real Yellow River is about to begin. In late June, a spectacular scene unfolds at the Xiaolangdi Water Conservancy project, all courtesy of the Yellow River. Since 2002, a large volume of water has been released from Xiaolangdi Reservoir each year before the flood season. This event, lasting around 20 days, attracts countless tourists with its breathtaking display. This is the Yellow River's water sediment regulation. Sitting at the outlet of the final gorge section of the Middle Yellow River, just before the river enters the North China Plain, the Xiaolangdi Reservoir is the last major control point, which serves multiple purposes like flood control, irrigation, and power generation. Beneath the calm surface lies a massive buildup of sediment from the upper and middle reaches. As water levels fall, the sediment is exposed, forming surreal landscapes. If not discharged in time, it poses serious risks to both the Xiaolangdi Reservoir and downstream areas. Naturally, releasing the sediment requires a large volume of water. Coincidentally, before each flood season, Xiaolangdi Reservoir must lower its water level and release part of the water downstream to prepare for potential floods, making it an ideal time for water sediment regulation.
这个水正好可以利用它来调一调沙。一开始这个因为是放的清水，这个时候是防风层库容的。越到后来，离这个浚县水位近的时候，可以利用这个泥沙运动规律，它要往前移。用形象的来说，就是吸走，吸出来。它必须后续有推力，推动它，然后这个泥沙动了才能吸出来嘛。这个推力从哪儿来呀？三门峡。
Sanmenxia, the first water control project built in the People's Republic of China, is located just 130 kilometers from the Xiaolangdi Reservoir. During the later stages of water release from Xiaolangdi, water from Sanmenxia is discharged to help maintain momentum for water and sediment regulation.
推动这个河道里边和包括水库里边的泥沙迅速往大坝近的地方，因为离大坝越近，吸的那个力量效果越好。如果还想达到更多的效果，还必须用万家寨，就中游山西跟内蒙还有那个交界那个地方，从那儿再放水到三门峡，然后又到下浪底，这叫竭力放水。
The water turns from clear to muddy and darkens in color. This indicates that sediment from the reservoir bottom is being flushed out. As the water volume and flow speed increase, sediment from channels is also carried toward the sea, allowing the Yellow River to flow eastward more swiftly and freely.
挑水挑沙，可以说这是我们只有在我们国家能够实现的这样一个宏大的，可以说是世纪性的这样一个工程，确保黄河防洪安全，意义非常重大。
From regulating sediment and water over 1,500 kilometers to tracking the movement of a single drop of water or grain of sand, these efforts have made the Yellow River Basin a model of river governance in China and beyond. The Chinese nation's 1,000-year dream of a peaceful Yellow River has now become a reality. In July, as the water and sediment regulation ends, fine sediment from Xiaolangdi Reservoir and downstream channels is carried to the estuary, where it settles and forms new land.
是，那排跑，好多鸥呢，看看拍一下哈。我们日常就是每天都要做的工作就是巡护监测，那重点呢是做鸟类的，主要是它的种群、数量啊、分布、状态呀这类等等。
Every year, millions of migratory birds use the Yellow River Delta wetlands as a stopover on their journey.
哇，你看那边的鸟起来了，快拍！
Since Zhao Yajie began working in the reserve in 2014, she has witnessed firsthand the Yellow River Delta's ecological transformation. A tidal tree is a remarkable landscape formed where the Yellow River mudflats meet ocean tides. It's a dynamic paradise for intertidal animals, shaped by the combined forces of river and sea. These tiny creatures are collectively known as benthic organisms. They feed on plankton in the water and, in turn, serve as food for many fish and water birds. The rich biodiversity has created the most complete and expansive wetland system in China's warm temperate zone. Its balance and stability depend heavily on water from the Yellow River.
有水过境的时候呢，那就是一片湿地。那么黄河进入枯水期的时候呢，没有水的时候，湿地是干枯一片，对于水鸟、对于水生生物的生存也是一个不利的。
Since 2008, to protect this ecosystem, ecological water replenishment has been conducted in the Yellow River Delta annually during the Yellow River's water and sediment regulation period. Yellow River water is channeled through diversion canals to every corner of the wetlands, where it's stored to create year-round aquatic habitats. In the time since the reserve was established in 1992, the wetland environment has greatly improved, and the number of bird species has increased from 187 at the beginning to 374 today. Numbered among these is the globally endangered Oriental white stork.
现在东方白鹳的繁殖巢数已经达到了152巢，今年繁育幼鸟是470只啊，较去年有一个大幅度增加。
Now, the Yellow River Delta is the world's largest breeding ground for Oriental white storks. Accurate data collection is made possible through technological support. Since 2021, Zhao Yajie and her team have used big data and AI to identify bird species and track their populations. At the Ecological Monitoring Center, wetlands can be observed and monitored via a large screen. This system is known as an integrated sky-ground monitoring network. As the tides rise and fall, the lively scenes that unfold reflect the harmony that exists between humanity and nature. Home to countless species and 420 million people, the Yellow River Basin is a truly unified ecosystem. From the upper to the lower reaches, various diverse yet coordinated protection efforts are underway simultaneously. As a crucial water conservation area, the upper reaches of the Yellow River continue to witness the implementation of initiatives such as returning grazing lands to grasslands and restoring wetlands. As the primary source of sediment in the Yellow River, the Los Plateau has seen vegetation coverage increase by about 59% since the early years of the People's Republic of China, while sediment inflow into the river has dropped by nearly 88%. Currently, in the Yellow River Basin, beyond the source region, now part of the Three River Source National Park, new national parks are being established in areas such as the Qinling Mountains, Taihang Mountains, and the Yellow River Delta. Meanwhile, the Yellow River National Cultural Park, spanning the entire basin, has taken on the important mission of promoting cultural heritage.
因为黄河文化是根和魂，黄河国家文化公园的建设是既要培根又要铸魂，这里边要求呢，如何去延续我们的历史文脉，如何去坚定文化自信，更重要的，如何是从为中华民族伟大复兴中国梦的视角去凝聚精神力量的高度来重新思考这个国家文化公园的建设。
Over the course of 5,000 years of Chinese civilization, the Yellow River Basin served as the country's political, economic, and cultural center for over 3,000 years. In this region of diverse ethnic coexistence, the Great River has borne witness to a long history of harmony and integration among different ethnic groups. From ancient songs and dances to folk customs, craftsmanship, cultural relics, and historic architecture, countless cultural treasures line its banks. How can they shine in the new era? From the national level to the 9 provincial level administrations along the Yellow River and down to countless individuals, efforts are being made at all levels. In the early morning, over 80-year-old Luo Jianmin once again visits Dangjia village with his daughter. He knows every alley like the back of his hand and the village's history by heart.
他们这里主要就是以种田为主，地方比较小，生产下来以后才南方这个生意，因为这是一个码头停帆的地方。
About 3 kilometers from Dangjia village, lies a key geographical point on the Yellow River, the Lungmen section. The Shanjin Grand Canyon is the longest continuous canyon along the main course of the Yellow River, stretching 725 kilometers. Its endpoint is Lungmen. After passing through the Lungmen section, the river suddenly widens from a few dozen meters to several thousand meters, making it a historically important ferry crossing for river transport. Around 1271 AD, the Dong family fled famine and settled in Hancheng. Relying on transport and trade, over time they came to prosper. During the subsequent Ming and Qing dynasties, the Dong family built residences, ancestral halls, watchtowers, temples, and other structures over a century. Today, these buildings still retain much of their original character.
哎呀，
哎呀，
建伟哥，
张老师你好，
哎呀，你好，你好，你好，哎，你来
见过时间长了。
Dong Jianchuan is a 20th generation descendant of this residence. The long courtyard holds the memories of his 70-plus years of life.
我儿子把扶手塌了以后，跟着留下了，手指前边都塌。
Today, Luo Jianmin is making an ink rubbing for Dong Jianchuan.
好了，2张4，小心啊。
Intricate brick carvings and woodwork are key features of Dongjia village architecture, with inscriptions and calligraphic engravings adding a more distinctive touch throughout the village. Among the over 120 residences in Dongjia village, nearly every household has ancestral teachings carved for future generations.
过去讲究的耕读，结婚前就有诗词，要有文化，叫耕土地。
Passing down the family legacy of agriculture and learning, and upholding propriety and righteousness. These concise phrases reflect family traditions and rules, and embody the heritage of China's traditional agrarian civilization.
这是个楼头，上面这是个火。
Luo Jianmin has repeated the process of making rubbings and tracing them countless times. His early work as a film projectionist took him to every corner of Hancheng.
闪电表示日月星，楼河长川，火塔之天，天给。
Located about 10 kilometers from Dongjia village, the ancient city of Hancheng was founded around 581 AD and still retains architecture from the Tang, Song, Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasties. Since being designated a National Historical and Cultural City in 1986, Hancheng has preserved its original appearance and lively daily life through scientific planning and conservation efforts. Currently, over 20 national historical and cultural cities lie across the Yellow River Basin, including Hancheng. Cities like Luoyang, Xi'an, and Kaifeng, once imperial capitals, shine with the brightest brilliance of Chinese civilization. These culturally rich ancient cities are exactly the symbolic identity that the Yellow River National Cultural Park is dedicated to preserving.
文明传承的核心是古都，是城市。所以说呢，我们首先要对城市、古都、古城的复兴要进行全方位的思考和认知。另外呢，我们的文化有很多符号，像孔子，像孟子。我们做黄河工业的时候呢，首先是要把标识体系化、系统化。
To focus on establishing key symbols of Chinese culture, the construction and protection plan for the Yellow River National Culture Park was officially issued in 2023. as the 9 provinces and regions along the Yellow River work to coordinate their diverse cultures and jointly build a globally influential showcase of the Yellow River civilization, more and more ideas are being put into action.
咋能让别人觉得哎这片拍的还行？
Amid the bustling crowd, Li Juan and a young animation team are standing before a display case.
对对对。
那当时佩戴的话，就是佩戴在比如说腰际。
2个是比较美的啊。
This sachet from around 618 AD was popular during the Tang Dynasty. Inside is a small incense cup for holding fragrant herbs.
你说你那个香放到里面，它不管外面怎么摇怎么晃，它里面那个香呢，它始终保持对，它不会洒。所以这个制音器。
To Li Juan and her team, this sachet perfectly fits an upcoming online event they are preparing.
今年国际博物馆日518的中国主会场在陕西，我们就把黄河流域博物馆的联盟的线上宣传呢，作为我们这次国际博物馆日线上线下宣传联动中间的一项非常重要的内容。
The Yellow River Basin Museum Alliance was established in 2019 by 9 provincial museums along the Yellow River to explore innovative media and channels for preserving and promoting Yellow River culture. To date, it has organized several joint exhibitions.
这个是铅笔素描的一个场景，这个是做了一些动态的。
As International Museum Day approaches, preparations are in full swing.
我再找一下四川的这个铜雷，然后这个是那个铜奔版的一个造型，后面这是金猴鸟尊的一个细节。
9 artifacts, each representing cultural elements from regions such as the Yellow River Huangshui River area, Hetao Plain, Shanxi Province, Guangdong Plain, Yellow River Luoshui River area, and Shandong Province, have been selected from 9 museums and will be featured in a series of animated shorts. On April 28, 2024, the animated short film series Harmonious Coexistence Along the Yellow River premiered online. As deep history is reimagined through engaging and accessible digital content, many museums are also upgrading their physical spaces with innovative installations to enhance the visitor experience. Efforts to bring the Yellow River culture closer to the public are steadily advancing. Every day, crowds of visitors pass through rammed earth walls into this fantastical space. Dozens of theaters set in various scenes form a cluster inspired by the Yellow River civilization, where nearly 1,000 actors bring iconic figures from Chinese history to life. Depicting the history of the Central Plains from the legendary Xia dynasty to modern times, 125 performances totaling 4,050 minutes are staged daily. Each year, on the Grain-in-Ear solar term, audiences leaving the theater witness a grand ritual ceremony. Outside the theater, over 70,000 square meters of specially cultivated wheat fields are ready for harvest. Repeated harvests and sowings take place here. Throughout history, the tireless year-after-year labor of countless people has sustained the continuity of Chinese civilization. Every element and image, whether the grain, loess, hardship, or beauty, tells the story of the Yellow River. In the new era, Yellow River culture is increasingly being explored, felt, and transformed into a powerful spiritual force that fosters identity and belonging. The construction of the Yellow River National Cultural Park is also gathering momentum for high-quality development across the river basin. This fish pond lies about 20 kilometers west of the Yellow River. As the nets are gradually tightened, more and more fish leap from the water. The pond is home to a mix of economically valuable fish species. Accordingly, the first task for the harvesters is to sort the catch by type. After a busy morning, the catch is delivered to Yinchuan's aquatic markets. Though the species vary, all are known as rice field fish. This agricultural park, which integrates rice cultivation, vegetable growing, and various aquatic products, is called the Rice Fish Space. All water used for planting and farming is sourced from the Yellow River. The water flowing out is tailwater from aquaculture. Channeled through canals, it irrigates rice fields. Once purified by the rice paddies, the water is returned to the fish pond. This closed-loop recycling system greatly conserves the Yellow River water. The northern Ningxia Autonomous Region, including the rice fish space, is situated at a lower elevation than the Yellow River. As early as 221 BC, the ancient Chinese were already diverting the Yellow River water for irrigation through canals. In contrast, another part of Ningxia presents a very different landscape. In April, as the dusty winds blow, the people of Zhangtan village begin their annual spring irrigation. Though the Yellow River remains the water source, locals have only been using it for less than 50 years. Ningxia's terrain is higher in the south and lower in the north. Counties like Tongxin, Shiji, Haiyuan, and Guyuan in the central and southern regions lie in hilly areas, several hundred meters above the main course of the Yellow River. To address drought and water scarcity, China has successively constructed 3 major water diversion projects, lifting water from the Yellow River by over 380 meters and bringing vitality to over 1,067 square kilometers of land along their route. To conserve precious Yellow River water, water-saving irrigation methods like drip and sprinkler systems are widely promoted in the region. Locals understand that every drop of Yellow River water is priceless. Flowing from its origin, the Yellow River gathers about 60% of its total water volume before reaching Lanzhou. However, as it passes through arid northwest China, it receives little replenishment from tributaries. The limited runoff of the Yellow River supports agriculture, industry, domestic use, and ecological needs in 9 provinces and regions along its course, extending water supply to parts of Hebei province and Tianjin, as well as Beijing. To ensure the rational and sustainable use of Yellow River water resources, since the founding of the People's Republic of China, over 30 dams have been built along the Yellow River's main stream, and a globally pioneering and unique river management initiative has been put in place.
在1998年底，原国家纪委水利部就联合发了一个文，包括一个黄河水量调度管理办法，还有一个年度的黄河干流水量调度预案，正式授权黄河水利委员会进行黄河水量的统一调度。
Water is the source of life and the foundation of human development. In 2020, the Ningxia-Hui Autonomous Region, long known for its water scarcity, took on a vital mission.
这也是总书记提的要求，就是黄河流域生态保护和高质量发展先行区，就是你要去做这个探索一条这个新的路，怎么能走上一个这个生态环境保护和高质量发展协同的这样一条这个现代化的路子。
Beneath the Helan Mountains, the Yellow River nourishes oases in the arid lands. With the attention and expectations of the entire basin, this region in northwest China is boldly reforming and writing a new chapter in the annals of development. Hydrological sampling is conducted daily in this transitional section between the middle and lower reaches of the Yellow River. However, the water being monitored here comes from the Yangtze River Basin. The green waters of the Yangtze River flow calmly beneath the Yellow River's riverbed. Northern China faces water scarcity, while the south enjoys an abundance. The idea of crossing the north-south divide to balance water resources between the two regions, a poetic and romantic vision, was first proposed by Mao Zedong during his 1950s inspection of the Yellow River. 50 years later, the South to North Water Diversion project was launched and has now turned this vision into a reality. The Yangtze and Yellow Rivers, together, have nurtured Chinese civilization and now drive the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation.
我们说黄河和长江都是我们两个母亲河。长江经一带上升为国家战略之后，黄河流域也需要这个上升为国家这个重大的战略。我们一直提这个中华民族的这个伟大复兴。实际上，我们要这个从历史、现实和未来的角度来讲，要找一个最好的见证者的话，那实际上就是黄河流域。
In 2021, the outline of the Yellow River Basin's ecological protection and high-quality development plan was issued. As part of this national strategy, the Yellow River Basin will leverage the new Eurasian land bridge as an international corridor to integrate into both national and global economies. The plan focuses on accelerating the development of major grain-producing and energy-rich zones and transforming 5 major urban clusters along the river into new poles of economic growth. This grand vision is called One Axis, Two Zones and 5 Poles. Smooth transportation across the 9 provinces and autonomous regions of the Yellow River is crucial for facilitating the flow and concentration of resources and production factors between regions. The Zhengzhou International Land Port is always bustling. Here, the distinction between day and night is scarcely detectable. Tens of thousands of containers arrive here daily, while vast quantities of goods are shipped to destinations worldwide. This area is the core birthplace of Chinese civilization. For 5,000 years, convergence, exchange, and communication have been central themes here. This is one of more than 5,900 China-Europe Rail Express freight trains operating annually. After departing from Zhengzhou, it reaches Lanzhou in just 2 days. After inspection and a locomotive change, the train sets off again. The train travels westward, crossing the Yellow River, national borders, and embodying thousands of years of magnificent history. Beneath the vast sky, the great river flows ceaselessly, day and night. Every drop of water has its origin, and every grain of sand its destination. Likewise, the Chinese nation has been nurtured and shaped by the Yellow River. As it rolls on glitteringly, the Chinese see themselves reflected in the currents of this mighty river. But while looking back at history, they nevertheless strive to find the wave of the future.
浪回头。